YouTube channel. It's a girl here, Niela Odum. If this is your first time coming across this channel, welcome. But if you are a returning subscriber, like you are already part of the family, I want to say thank you for the support. You know I love you. I want to use this opportunity to appreciate everybody, every subscriber here. I am so grateful for your support us far on this journey. It's not been an easy one, but you guys have stood by me, and I want to say thank you. This is a new year, and by God's grace we are taking over 2023, whether the devil likes it or not. By God's grace, 2023 is going to be our year. We are going to do a lot, achieve a lot on here and on every other space. But yeah, I want to just say thank you for supporting me. If you haven't subscribed, please click on the subscribe button. If you haven't turned on your notification bell, please turn on your notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I post a video. So this video is going to be very short, straight to the point. I'm just going to be sharing tips with you guys on how to start up the year as a mom, things to do, and yeah. So if that's something you're interested in seeing, please do keep on watching this video. So first things first, personally, it's a tradition. I did it growing up. I do it with my kids now. Every 31st December, we end the year in the church. We get into the new year in the church. I don't know about you, but for me, that's what I do. I always start with God. So that being said, as a family, we came together, we set goals, we made our rules, we made I reinstated our family values, made sure they understood what they were meant to do at every point in time, what was expected of them, based on God, based on, as children of this family, what they are expected to do. Yeah, and I had to talk with them. Okay, what do you want to do this year? What did you do last year that you will do differently this year? What did you do last year you want to stop doing this year? I just had that chat with them, made them understand that okay, a new year is like a new start. It's a new phase, it's a new season, it's it's the beginning of a new session, a new, as adults, we understand these things, but it's also good to let kids know. So as they're growing up, they know that, okay, a new year comes with a new phase. I've never done this on a very serious note with them previously, but this year I was, I involved them in, the whole process of creating our family values, creating our family rules, making them understand that this is a new year, setting resolutions for themselves, setting new year goals, all of that. And since I did that, there's this sense of maturity I'm sensing in them. I don't know, maybe I'm just overthinking, but yeah, it's a good thing to do at the beginning of the year. Set goals to your family, set goals to your kids, make them involved, especially if your kids are no longer like toddlers, like your kids are from maybe 4, 5. You can get them to sit and discuss with you, talk with them. It's a very good thing to do. It gives them this, they feel included in like the running of the home. It makes them act responsible. Yeah, let me use that word. My son now, he's more responsible. He feels like, he has a lot more on his shoulders, so he has to act right. Yeah, so number 1, set your family goals, set your family values, reinstate your rules, tell them what is expected of them, let them understand that, okay, in this new year, 2023, you're expected to be like this, you're expected to do this, academically, family-wise, when it comes to chores, when it comes to God, personal behavior, a lot of things. You have to just touch on it as it suits your family, as it suits, what you guys stand for. Right. Number 2, get on with their drugs. Check, every year. Like my kids, I think I'm done with vaccination and all that. I'm done with that. But if you have kids younger than 5, younger than 4, get their health cards. Make sure all they're up to date on their vaccinations, their immunizations, and all of that. If there's anyone they need to take for the year, point it out, and maybe you can take note of it somewhere so you will not forget. Make sure if there are vitamins they take monthly, you restock on that. If there are drugs they're supposed to take, restock on it. Check if your kids have maybe like braces or any health will I say apparatus or whatever that your kids use. make sure you check on all of them, make sure they are up to date, make sure you refill or you change whatever needs to be changed. Get on with their immunizations, get on with their vaccinations, get on with deworming them. This is the beginning of the year. When you start it at this time, it's easier for you to keep up with it during the year, because you know that, okay, you gave them the first one in January. At about January, February, March. By March, you know, okay, you're supposed to deworm them again. After March, April, May, June, you know you're supposed to, I don't know if you understand. So when you start up these things from the beginning of the year, it's easy to keep tabs on it. So yeah. Number 3 is declutter. Declutter. This is a new year. Now, I know it's almost every woman's practice to, you know, shop for their kids in December. And believe me, by this time, this January, if you go through their stuff, you see a lot of clothes they've outgrown. You see a lot of shoes they've outgrown. Like your daughter, maybe her hair pieces, some of them are broken and cut. You know, things that you might not really need anymore this year. So this is a good time for you to get in their room, declutter their stuff. Even you too, personally, declutter your closet, declutter your husband's closet, you know. So there's room in the house. I did that on Tuesday last week. And believe you me, my house is so airy. Like my closet is so airy. My children's room is so airy because I took out a lot of stuff, a lot of their shoes, a lot of their clothes. Now, don't trash these items, okay? Normally, I drive down to the motherless babies home, but I didn't have time to do that. So I have people around me I can easily, you know, give these things to. I think this year I gave it to the guy that packs my bin. Yeah, because I know he has a family of about 6, so there's no way he won't have children to, you know, fit into my kids' age range, and they can use those items because they are not spoiled. But for me, I think they're due for change, right? So something that you think is trash to you might be a treasure to somebody else. So don't just trash items you declutter from your children's room. Look for somebody around you that will need it, and then you sew it into the person's life. That's what I do, so that's why I'm advising you to do that. God will bless you. Yes, He will. Now, the third thing I'm going to say is get your kids new resources. Get new resources for their school. Go through their bags, their shoes, their stockings, their lunch bags, lunch plates. You know, check on what needs to be replaced, replace them. What needs to be changed, you change them, you know. Because sometimes a lot of people are not attentive to these things, and then your kids go to school with worn out items, and this is an avenue where it's possible you're exposing your children to bullying. Yes, it happens, let's say it. Because your child might be in a class where there are some kids that are very vocal, and then the next thing you see them jabbing or yabbing your kids over these things. These are issues we can avoid. Always check your things, check the things of your children. Make sure they are neat. Make sure they are, you know, if you don't have the resources to change them, then repair them. If the bag is cut, stitch it back. If the bag is ripped at a point, or maybe one place is torn, sew it. If you can't do it, call these aboki, these people that walk around with sewing machines and stuff like that. So you repair whatever is torn. If you don't want to buy a new one, my sister, sit down with thread and needle and sew it. If your children are in schools where they wear very white stockings or very bright colored school items, if you don't want to change them, then take this holiday, make sure before they resume, you soak them properly and wash them so that they're in very good condition when your kids are resuming for school. Because when your kids go back to school with things in poor condition, it exposes them to bullying. Yes, their classmates or their friends will make jest of them, and they might not tell you these things, but these are things children battle with. Okay, so to avoid it, don't put your children in that light. Do what you can to, you know, curb any excessive backlash they'll get from their classmates, right? Yeah. So the next one I'm going to say is the health, the care items for your children. Change their toothbrush, towels. Check their soaps. If you need to get new ones, you get new ones. All their self-care items, their combs, brushes. Some people don't know how to wash their combs. Some people just use, you use the same combs over and over again. These combs harbor dirt. These combs, have buildup of products and stuff. Just throw them in a bowl, pour detergent over them, pour hot water, let them sit for a while. If you have Dettol, you can pour it all in the bowl too. Get to wash your children's brushes. If you have a son, that brush he uses to brush his hair, wash it, soak it in hot water and soap and wash it. That is if you don't want to get a new one. But if you can afford to get a new one, then you trash the old ones. Get new self-care items for your kids. Their towels, get them new towels. If they've been using it for a long time, this is a new year, this is a sign for you to change their towels. Okay, get them new towels. Check their undies, their singlets, their pants, their boxers. Change them. Because if you're wearing one pant for 5 years, don't allow your children to wear one pant for 5 years. Buy them new pants, please. Mommy, please. Thank you, mommy. The next point I'm going to give is plan for their food, plan for their snacks, plan for their school packages. Get your pen and paper, write out. You can use an hour. Now if you go online, you might see free resources about meal plans and stuff like that. But if those ones don't work for you, you can actually sit down and create this thing yourself. Think of food your children like, they enjoy, write everything down and then create a plan. Monday, okay, I'll make this. Tuesday, I'll make this. Now one thing about me, I don't really stick to timetables when it comes to food, but I just love to have a list somewhere in my kitchen, because sometimes you enter the kitchen, you're just lost for it. Like you can't even think or come up with something to make. But when you have a list of different meals based off of what you have in your kitchen and what you have in your fridge, you can come up with something to prepare. So if you're like me, that you can't follow the plan religiously, Monday you do this, having the list in your kitchen will help you know what to prepare by time. So that is a very good point. Prepare ahead for your children's meals, prepare ahead for their snacks, their drinks and beverages, whatever you think they will need food wise. Prepare ahead, shop and keep. Bulk buying saves you a lot of time, money, resources. I've said this before on this channel. I bulk buy a lot of things because I found out that I save more. I don't spend as much as I spend when I get to be buying it like every week or every 2 days. The only thing I buy like that now is maybe bread, and like every other thing mostly I bulk buy. So yeah, that's going to help you for this new year to kick off the school season and make life easy for you, because who wants difficult life, guy? We're all about the easy life, right? Then if you're a mommy that you love to make your kids' hairs by yourself, this beginning of the year, it will be a good time to stock up on hair supplies like attachments, weave-ons, not weave-on, attachment, wool, whatever it is you use in making their hair. Buy it now and keep, so that this thing happens when sometimes you might have a style in your head you want to make, but because you didn't plan ahead, the day you want to make it, you like the items you need to make it might not be available, and then you'll be confused. It will scatter your plans and all that. Plan ahead for your children's hair. If you have girls, all girls, get all the items you need. So yeah guys, these are a few things I do to make my year, to kickstart my year on a very positive note, to make things easy for me and to put things in perspective. So if you learned a thing or two from this video, please drop it in the comment section. Let me hear back from you. What do you think? What do you do? What will you be doing differently? What did you learn? Just say something nice in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching my video. Please do subscribe if you've not subscribed already. Please click on the subscribe button if you've not subscribed already. Turn on your post notification bell. I will appreciate a like, drop a comment. Let me hear back from you. See you in my next video.